Well, hello, my beautiful souls. This is Catherine Hidalgo, your friendly intuitive catalyst conduit, here with the weekly intuitive shamanic tarot reading. Before I begin, let me just remind you that you can get phenomenal shamanic tarot readings on facebook.com intuitive//intuitive catalyst conduit. No spaces. Now on to the reading for today. Something just came up, and I think it's rather instructive to share with everyone by asking this particular question. When we are put on the defensive, this is the preface, we react because we are really not as impermeable. Oh God, that's French pronunciation. Impermeable. We are really not shielded from criticism because there is a weakness in our shield. I think that's the best way to put it. Consequently, my question to Dream Dust this morning is, how do we deal with challenges that we don't know how to face when we resort to... No, let me rephrase that, because this is too long and drawn out, and Dream Dust really doesn't already understands the question. So actually the questions are for you, the viewers. Let me make that clear first of all, because I can ask them in my mind and get the same result. How do we deal with our emotional reactions? Or what's the best way to handle our emotional reactions in any given situation? That's the question to Dream Dust. How do we deal with our reactions in the face of any challenge? And what does Dream Dust have to say? I have my beautiful deck, the Shamanic Tarot deck, Dream Dust, basking in the sun. So the answer to this question is... Oh my goodness. Wow. The answer to this question is 6 of Earth. Now I've already forgotten the question. 6 of Earth. I love it. The first thing I see is this person with their arms. And it's a female figure with their arms wide outstretched. Open and receptive. You are prepared to take anything. You are prepared to accept anything and every single thing. That's the first thing that I see. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's a wonderful symbolism. I see, in addition to which, I know that the green dots are stones, stepping stones, but believe it or not, a candy cane comes to mind. You know those pink and white striped candy canes? That comes to mind immediately. But also, this is Adrian, I am doing a reading right now. I cannot, I will, if you stay on or you come back on before I am finished, I can give you a free reading. Right now I'm doing the weekly intuitive shamanic tarot reading. Okay there? Okay. So, as I was saying, in addition to the candy cane, I am also seeing a question mark. I know it's upside down, but just imagine, this is the way the Spanish-speaking world write question marks, by the way, upside down. Okay, like that. And basically, you take note of the card, and this is a perfect way to see this card actually. I like that. You have to be open and receptive to anything that comes at you. Any and everything. This is just the way it is. You have to be open to spirit. You see the beautiful golden light in this card? Spirit is with you all the time. The green is your heart. Take steps to complete the circle in your heart and forgive and release. And listen, the one you are forgiving is yourself. You do not have to forgive anyone else. You are forgiving yourself for your reactions. You are forgiving yourself for not listening attentively. You are forgiving yourself for your criticism and cussing out the person in your mind, or maybe even verbally. You do not, unless you really and truly mean it, you do not have to ask for anyone's forgiveness. You forgive yourself, and that is going to clear away the crud, the garbage, the crap. That's what it's about. Now, you all will have to excuse me. As usual, it is blazing hot, and the humidity is very high, about 80%. So, you know, in the tropics, it's damn hot, and with the humidity, it feels worse. Now, what does Six of Earth have to tell us? Six of Earth says, that wasn't rude, Adrian. Don't be silly. You just didn't know. Six of Earth talks about charity, abundance, and prosperity. Six of Earth is about the act of giving and receiving. Share with others, and abundance begins to flow. You need to express from the heart. You feel hurt? Okay. That's normal, that's natural, especially if something comes out of the blue, or when you feel hurt by someone's comment. That's perfectly acceptable too. But accept it. Leave yourself open to it. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to get angry, be angry. Let it out, but do not blame the person. I know that's hard. But this card is really, really important because it's an earth card. And basically it's saying ground yourself. That's what the green is about. Ground yourself. Walk on your bare feet, even at home. Go out in the garden if you still can. Go to a park or whatever it is. Hug a tree or lean against a tree or focus on a tree. Do some deep breathing. There are many ways to ground yourself, especially when you become upset. Because when you don't, then you keep flying off the handle at other people. This is really important. Allow the tears to flow as well. That is also a release. And after you sniffle and snuffle and blow your nose and wipe your eyes, etc., do some breathing in and out for 10 breaths, maybe 15, to calm and ground yourself again, and then move on. Okay, people? So, now, the next question to Dream Dust is, what's the next question I have for Dream Dust? What if we can't? What if we are unable to ground ourselves? We cannot stop the reactions, but we want to find a way to do so when we get upset. What is the best method? I'm going to ask Dream Dust that question. What is the best method to ground ourselves after we become upset? And when I say upset, which is a generic term, I mean angry, all the negative emotions. Angry, sad, frustrated, enraged, hurt. All of those are negative emotions. Let's see what Dream Dust has to say about that. Oh my goodness. And Dream Dust response is another earth card, which is amazing. It's 10 of earth. And 10 here, number 1, means that we have come to the end of a cycle, which means this too shall pass. What you have to keep telling yourself. Every time somebody bugs you, sends you, you allow them. They don't send you off the rails. You allow them to send you off the rails. So whenever anybody bugs you, pisses you off, makes you angry, whatever, just say, this too shall pass. And it would be even better if you can say it out loud. If you can only think it, fine. But this too shall pass. Because all you need to do is ground. And because you say this too shall pass, that is the beginning or the prelude of a celebration. And you can celebrate that. How? By dancing, singing, getting together. Because when you see this card is green. This card is about heart. This card is about joyful, a joyful heart. You got to create that in your space, within you. And it's all about grounding. Yeah. It's all about, and how do you ground? You find something that you enjoy. If you can sing, dance, just do a little jig to bring up, to expand that happy feeling, that joyful feeling. This is what is absolutely necessary, and this is Dream Dust's answer to that question, which I have now forgotten. Now, I gotta wipe my face again. I'm trying to stay off camera to do it. I am sweating buckets. It's really, really hot, and do excuse me for that. Okay, so what does 10 of Earth say? 10 of Earth is about prosperity and security. It's a time of joy, wealth, family. A possible inheritance may be on the way to someone. A gathering, a dance and singing in celebration. This is what it's all about. This is how you get back to who you are. By tapping into your heart, by remembering the good times, by saying this too shall pass, and dancing to celebrate it already, even though it has not yet passed. This is absolutely necessary. Now, Adrian, my dear, I want you right away to tap in your question, and it needs to be clear and brief so that I can give you this free reading, okay? So I'm waiting. So while I'm waiting, let's see what else we can ask. Let's ask Dream Dust a general question for Adrian while she taps in, while she writes her question. And the general question for Adrienne actually is, what does Adrienne need to know right now for her highest good? And this, Adrienne, you need to be typing in your question, you dear? This is the answer to this general question for on Adrienne's behalf. Okay? Now, Adrienne, I'm saying Adrienne because that is a French name. Okay? Now, I get 6 of fire. 6 again. 6 is a beautiful number, you know. 6 is a number for the Ascended Masters. I didn't say that before. Which means spirit is all around. The Ascended Masters, we're talking about Yeshua or Jesus, as many call him. Okay, Adrian, I see your question. Hold on a sec. This reading is also for you. It's a general question. And fire. You need to fire yourself up. You need to tap into your passion. You need to know what is right for you, my dear girl. And then you need to stick with it. You see that starfish? That starfish is a beautiful, beautiful symbol. Everything is connecting. Everything is falling into place. Notice that there is just one that is not connecting, and it is going to fall into place for you. You need to tap into your passion. You need to fire yourself up. You need to stand your ground regardless of what is happening in your life. Now, what does the card itself say? 6 of fire says, victory. Focus on your way of doing things. This is the answer to your question, which I did not know because I just saw it. Will my co-workers win? This is the answer to your question, my dear. Victory. Focus on your own way of doing things. You will be recognized for your bravery and your unique gifts. Continue your creative progress. Do not allow anyone to stand in your way. Do not allow anyone to belittle you. When they try, you just have to remember and tell yourself, not only this too shall pass, but that they are jealous, they are envious of whatever is going on with you. And this is why they are trying to get you to react. You just need to keep your eyes on the prize. You need to focus on what you are doing and allow nothing and no one to distract you. Just smile. When you feel hurt, when someone gets to you, you pause. You take a deep breath, or you count to 10 or 5 or whatever works for you. 10 might be better in your case. And then you turn and you smile. If you cannot do it right away, you go back to the person not long after and say thank you with a smile and let them eat that. That's all you need to do. They feel on the back foot. They feel on the defensive because of what is happening with you. And you have to know and understand that when you react to them, you are giving them ammunition. You see this flame underneath here, right where my finger is? You need to allow this flame to continue to light you up, to heat you up. Do not, and just go with the flow, because everything is falling into place for you. This starfish, and it's a starfish I see, is a wonderful symbol. Are you aware that a starfish regenerates all of their limbs? No one can cut the legs out from under you. No one, absolutely no one can pull out the rug from under you. Hi, Lisa. Simply because when one arm is cut off on a starfish, it grows a new one. It grows a new one. And this is what this is telling you. You are unbeatable, my dear, as long as you stand your ground. Do not allow anyone to distract you or anything. You need to remember that. You need to remember that you are strong. You need to remember that you have been given a gift. And you are pursuing it. Hi, Lisa. And do not allow anyone to distract you. Notice I said that 3 times because this is what is happening. And because of that, it is making a little inroads into your self-confidence. This is not about them, my dear. This is about you. And Adrienne Sue B. Gardner, you need to stand your ground. You need to defend your ideas. You need to defend yourself. But remember, when I say defend, I mean you state the facts, you state the situation, you give your opinion. But you are not on the defensive. Why? Because you know that you are right. You know that you are on firm footing. And that is the end, my dear Miss Gardner, of your reading. Lisa, would you like a reading? Because if you do, you got to type it in really quickly. Okay? So, Adrienne, keep that in mind. I'm giving Lisa time to type in case she wants a reading. The red in the background, Adrienne, is really important. It means when you feel yourself fly off the handle, when you get hurt, when you feel... Yes, Lisa, type in your question. Adrienne, when you feel hurt, that red in the background is saying ground yourself. So if you can take off your shoes in the office, if it happens in the office, and just rub your bare feet or your stocking feet on the floor, that will re-ground you. Or you go to the bathroom and you take off your feet and you just sit there for a little while, a minute, 2 minutes, you take 10 deep breaths. And another technique as well, Adrienne, is you block one nostril with your finger and you breathe in through that one nostril and you breathe out through that nostril, keeping your mouth closed. And you do that 5 times on one side, 5 times on the other side. And you will notice that you feel much clearer and lighter. That breathing technique was taught to me by a Dr. Smith, whose first name I do not remember, and he is amazing because he teaches empaths how to deal with emotions and emotional situations. Okay, Lisa? Okay, no particular question. What do I need to know right now? You're very welcome, Adrienne, my dear. Love you too. Okay, so what does Lisa need to know right now? Lisa needs to know that she is coming close to the end of a cycle and she needs to go with the flow. 9 of C, that is what it's telling you. Everything is falling into place. Actually, I'm wrong. Everything is already in place for Miss Lisa Wagner. You see how those stars, how those lights are set up? They are already in place for you, Lisa. And even though there is no red on the card, I literally saw a red heart, your red heart, Lisa, in this orb right here. That was not a coincidence, because at first I thought, but there's no red on this card. All right? So you need to love yourself. You are welcome, Adrienne. You need to just focus on what you are doing, Lisa. The passages are opening. You are close to the end of a cycle. You now need to go with the flow, girlie. Go with the flow. Do not allow anything to disturb you too much. And when it does, being a yoga professor, you know how to do some asanas to rid yourself of the low vibration. The passages are open, and Lisa, all you need to do is tap into your intuition. You do need to communicate more, though. You definitely need to communicate more. but you heed your intuition. And not only that, just as I said that the second time I saw a purple car pass by, and you know the car represents a life. A car represents life, a vehicle, and I just saw one pass by. You are coming to the end of a cycle, and this is what this is all about. The passages are open. The way is being opened for you. All right, honey bunny? And the orbs are already in position. The guiding lights are there, and it is not just continue taking the next steps as you feel is right for you. But I want to add one more card to this. What else does Lisa need to know about taking the next steps? And what does Dream Dust have to say? Three of Fire. Three of Fire, which means I'm going to have to pull another card for Lisa. Three of Fire. It is telling me when I look at it that you seem to be straddling two, I keep hearing two worlds. I wasn't going to say worlds, but I keep hearing two worlds. So Lisa, you seem to be straddling two worlds. Notice the leg here that is up, and one foot is on the other side. So I suspect you're going to need to make a decision. Three of Fire. You gotta stay lit up, girl. I know winter is coming, and it is time for hibernation, and I suspect these are the things that you're going to need to reflect on over the winter period, because your second chakra, your creative chakra, is ever prevalent, and there are lots of gold in it. So you need to expand that creativity. You definitely need to communicate more, tap into your higher heart, and I just heard the word decide. Yes, you will have to decide. But the fire is there to light you up and keep you warm all through the winter season and into spring, and by then you will know what the right decision is for you. Now, what does Three of Fire say in itself? It says travel, creative plans set in motion, looking to the future. Ha ha ha. You are at a crossroads. You must trust your instinct, Lisa, and prepare for new opportunities. They are coming big time, and I mean big time, because as I look at the card again, I see this right where my finger is here. I see a blazing roadway of golden light. That is your gut instinct. That's your third chakra. But it also says that a new way, a new road is opening up for you, Lisa. Okay? Now, I know this is not a negative card, and the Ascended Master Spirits are with you. You need to talk to your guides a bit more often. There are questions that they can answer, and you need to talk to them more often, Lisa. One last card for Lisa, and it is, wow, okay, 10 of Earth. Big celebration is on the way for you, Lisa. Something great, something that you have been expecting for a long time, and yet it is going to be unexpected. It's going to bring you the world of joy. So celebration is on its way, girl. Something big. It's magnificent. It's going to be joyful, like JOY-FULL. It's going to be joyful, and it's going to please absolutely everyone. So sing, dance, and be merry, my dear. And it's not because it's Christmas, but who knows? It might happen over Christmas or a little later. Okay, Lisa. So on that note, ladies, I am going to say, remember to check me out on facebook.com /Intuitive Catalyst Conduit for soul consultations, phenomenal shamanic tarot readings. Well, actually, the soul consultations are phenomenal as well. On that note, ciao, people.